Welcome Libra, thanks for tuning into your reading. I hope you guys are doing well. We've got That's So 80s tarot cards already pre-shuffled for you. We're looking at April 2022, your love and money situation. What's going to happen? This is your April 2022 Tarotscope for love and money. I'm going to use the romantic fairies to get some clarification before we get started. So if you have a specific concern or question, you can go ahead and think about that while I shuffle these. I'll also be getting the Healing with the Fairies cards too. For all the Libras, Libra placements who have tuned in for this reading, Spirit, what guidance do you have for them for April of 2022? We got one that just fell on the floor. What guidance do you have for Libra? Honest communication, expect a heart-to-heart conversation, okay? So honest communication, expect a heart-to-heart conversation. Maybe you've been needing to. We've got forgiveness. That was one of the ones that fell on the floor. I didn't take it because it came out with others, but it wanted to come out. So it just goes to show that if you don't take a card, that if it's meant to be seen, it will be seen. It says, allow healing waters to wash away the pain of the past. Allow healing waters to wash away the pain of the past. So some sort of forgiveness needs to take place, and that's what that honest communication could be for. Something to clear the air maybe, but bottom line, something about a heart-to-heart conversation is highlighted here for April. Some more guidance for Libra regarding love and money for April of 2022. Creative expression, okay? So maybe there is something that you can do creatively this month that will bring in some money for you, or at the very least, creative expression will be very healing for you. Creative expression is about just like anything that you do creatively. It doesn't even have to be geared towards like its marketability. In fact, the best forms of creative expression are those that allow you to create with childlike exuberance and childlike joy. So it could be dancing, cooking, singing, flower arranging, rearranging your home, putting together new outfits, just anything like that. Creative expression is indicated your guides that are wanting you to do something creative. Interesting. Okay, we'll set those aside and get started on the tarot cards. So the first card that came out is the Ten of Swords. Okay, Ten of Swords. And the second card that came out was the Queen of Wands in reverse. And the last card that came out for you was the Fool card in reverse. Aquarian energy, okay? So this is basically or loosely going to represent the first part of April, second part and last part, but this is also the future outcome. So there's a bigger message associated with this card. Plus it's a major arcana, so it's already a stronger card. So what it is saying though with the Ten of Swords, you know, as you can see from the picture on the card, it's not a happy picture. If you've ever seen The Never-Ending Story, that's one of the saddest saddest scenes in the movie. I think maybe one of the saddest scenes in any movie, that I've personally ever seen. And bottom line, I'm sorry if you're feeling this way, Libra, because it says there's no sugarcoating the Ten of Swords with it coming into April, and like in the first part perhaps as well. Maybe you already feel this way, or maybe you will be coming into this energy. It looks like you're going to be exhausted. So exhausted like with regard to some sort of trials or tribulations in a relationship, or a betrayal possibly. Maybe there has been someone unwell that you've been dealing with, helping, taking care of, or you've been unwell. But whatever it is, this is something that's put a lot of stress on you. And for some, this is indicating that a relationship has ended or is ending. And this is also causing a lot of pain and suffering as well. And like I said, I'm sorry, this is a sad card, if that's the case. But one of the good things about it is 10. So 10 is the end of a cycle, and it precedes the beginning of a new cycle. So what that tells us is that the storm is passing. And, as long as you let go of the past, remove the dead wood, bury the dead, as they say, of the situation, you can be free of all this unhappiness that we're seeing here. So being forewarned is being forearmed. Just take what resonates in a general reading, and don't accept anything that doesn't resonate. So moving forward, we've got the Queen of Wands. She was in the reverse, right? So that does show a situation that isn't developing as quickly as you'd like. So even so, I am inclined rather to feel like the majority of Libras that this resonate with, you're going to have a hard time clearing the dead wood of the past. Whatever this Ten of Swords is representing, it's going to be hard for you to let it go, hard for you to forgive, hard for you to just like close the door on that chapter, even though that cycle has ended, right? So it's like after a storm has messed up the house and messed up the yard, you know, the sun is shining and the birds are chirping, but you're still kind of irritated, you know, that a branch fell through your window, or you know, your deck is a mess. It's covered with debris from the storm and things like that. You're just still kind of not over that. And so also it just can be talking about some other situation that isn't developing as quickly as you'd like, especially with regard to love and romance. So, or maybe it's just not up to your standards, or it's not up to your satisfaction. So, you know, this may cause you to start losing interest. So say that you haven't ended a relationship in the first part of the month, and you are involved with somebody. In the middle part of the month still, or you find yourself in that situation, you could be dealing with somebody where you feel like it's just not going anywhere, or they're not giving you satisfaction, or they're not rising to the standards that you've set for the relationship, or your expectations here. There's something about this is not developing. And so this is going to cause you potentially to lose interest in a romantic partner or situation. You could be dealing with a drama queen as well, with this being the Queen of Wands, and she was in reverse. This is drama queen energy, so beware of that. You know, romantically, I just feel like you're still dealing with the fallout. For those that resonate with betrayal or a painful ending here, there's some kind of emotional upset or cooling of affection likely happening in the middle of April. So as we move towards the end here with the Fool, you know, it would be better if the Fool was upright, but I think that there's some healing that needs to take place, maybe with that creative expression. You know, if you do that, that can help you. Just like any little thing can help you to get out of this energy. Maybe that honest conversation or communication, if there is an apology exchanged or received, that could help you as well, because we've got a lot of different people watching, so I'm just trying to look at different scenarios. But for the majority, the collective energy who are watching this with strong Libra in their chart, we've got the Fool coming out in reverse. And so this is letting us know that, well, rather it's kind of like asking the question, you know, have you allowed yourself to throw yourself into something before you really knew what you were getting yourself into? Okay, and if you haven't, beware of doing that, okay, especially towards the end of the month here. I feel like some of you already did do that and you've got hurt as a result of that. Others of you, this is like warning you about doing that. This could indicate an unusual but charming person with tons of energy, someone who's very fun. Then you think about the Fool energy, Aquarius energy, but it is in reverse. So it's like, even though they're a lot of fun, eventually you start to realize that now you're having to play the mom or the dad to this person. So it stops being as much fun in that case, right? This is somebody that, you know, has some growing up to do, isn't really ready for a relationship, hence the feeling that like you're not satisfied with the relationship, or it's not up to your standards. So if you don't know this about somebody that you're involved with, then maybe this isn't talking to you, or you can take a closer look at your person of interest, okay, and see if maybe that is how they really are once you really get to know them better. Do you really want to be playing their mom or their dad, right? And you might decide to end a relationship in order to more, you know, have more freedom as well. That's another interpretation of the Fool in reverse. Like that might be the reason why you ended a relationship, is that you'd like more freedom. Maybe you're tired of playing the mom or dad, or maybe you're ending it for some other reason. But this is just saying to be sure before you do that, because you might have regrets. You know, the Queen of Wands, when she's in reverse, she's pretty hot-headed. And so, you know, if you're letting your anger or your aggression or your upset emotions dictate the decisions that you make this month, Libra, especially regarding love, you know, you might have regrets. So use a cool head when you make a decision, before you make a decision to potentially end a romantic relationship, before you make that final decision, before you take your gavel, right? Libra is represented by the Justice card. Before you judge it and drop the gavel for the final time, making that final decision, just make sure that it's what you really want, okay? It's what you really want to do. But either way, you know, just don't let your romantic heart blind you to red flags. Red flags are there for a reason. That doesn't necessarily mean they have to be a deal breaker unless they are, and only you can decide that. But you know, this is just letting you know that Fool energy is quite innocent. Make sure that you're not being too innocent regarding that, and also regarding money too, because this can talk about maybe needing more information before making a final decision financially as well. And also someone could potentially be taking advantage of you or trying to take advantage of your innocence regarding money or finances or resources, or something along those lines. So beware of that. And others of you could be maybe flip-flopping or alternating at the end of the month between stinginess and spendiness, right? So there's some instability, like relationship-wise, to say the least, and some instability financially-wise, or financially, and towards the end of the month. Potential instability there, just because you're like some of you are like, one day or 1 hour even, it almost feels like it's that changeable. You're being kind of stingy with your money, and then like the next hour you're being more spendy, and it's like it's back and forth and up and down a little bit, because you're coping with some hardships here. You're recovering from things, and so it's got you a little off kilter. So just be aware of that. You know, that this could be your energy towards the end of the month. So if you have somebody on your mind, I'm going to go ahead and get a message from that person. And if you do not, this could be somebody that you're dealing with in April. If you are single and you're going into April and this reading is resonating with you in some way, I would really consider, probably consider keeping my own company until this energy passed, because it's really just not great energy for establishing, maintaining, or growing a relationship, a new relationship especially, unless you're just in it for the fun. With that Fool energy, this is a charming, fun individual, and if you don't care how childish they are, and you're cool with it just being like a casual thing or a fun thing that you do, just pass the time or something, well then, more power to you. But again, that doesn't look like it's coming in until the end of the month. So we've got, I'm approaching you tentatively, not sure I want to put all my eggs in one basket yet. Yeah, that was going along with what I was saying with that Fool energy. So whether you know this person or not, this particular person I was just talking about, they are non-committal. They're not ready for something more serious. They do like you. They could have their eye on you already, but they're approaching you tentatively or slowly and carefully, because they're just not sure they want to put all their eggs in one basket yet. They're not sure they want to commit, right, or make a choice. Some anxiety there. Then we've got my emotions. My emotions for you are difficult for me to handle, but I'm not telling you that. So there's somebody in your life that, you know, they're acting out, and part of the reason why they're acting out is because they have such strong emotions for you, and they don't have the wherewithal, the emotional intelligence, or the capability at this time, for whatever reason, to really handle those emotions in a productive and healthy way. So, but like the card says, they're not telling you that. So you might be at a loss, like confused, not knowing like, what is this person's problem? They have a ton of feelings for you, and they're not emotionally mature enough to process and deal with them properly. Maybe that heart-to-heart conversation can help clear some of that up. Oh, and then this one's popping off. If I'm being standoffish, it's because you can't always have it your own way. I count 2. So that's coming out on top of the 10 of Swords. So that could be the reason why something is ending, if it is. Like, I'm being standoffish because you can't always have it your own way. I count 2. Okay? So you could be saying that, or that could be the person that you're dealing with. But that's, you know, something that wanted to come out as well. Especially if somebody's being standoffish with you, especially related to any sort of painful endings or a difficult cycle that that you're experiencing or soon will experience at the beginning of the month here. So let's get you some guidance from the manifestation deck. And if the reading is resonating, please let me know in the comment section. Like, subscribe, and share, as well as hit the bell to receive notifications so that you don't miss my next video. That would be great. I'd appreciate it. It does support the channel and keep it going. What guidance do we have for Libra for April of 2022, please? What guidance do we have for Libra? The next step. Daily steps towards your dream. manageable goals, mentorship, doors opening, and success. Okay, so they are letting you know that, you know, this is some heavy lifting that you're doing this month in April. And I feel like exercise is probably going to be good for some of you. Or some sort of creative physical activity as well might be good if you combine those two cards together. But basically, Spirit is just advising you to take daily steps towards your dream. They don't have to be big, ginormous steps, right? Baby steps. Make your goals manageable. It's asking you maybe to get like a life coach or get some sort of a mentorship from somebody more experienced in some area that you're interested in. But I was letting you know, ultimately, doors are opening. You know, you can look forward to success in the future. And at the back of the deck, we've got follow your bliss. You know, do what inspires you. Creativity, new direction. Heart meets mind. No fear-based decisions. So I feel like that probably goes with this card. So some of you are creative and there's something that you're working towards. And maybe because you're wanting to leave something behind that no longer serves you, to say the least, this is encouragement to follow your bliss, okay? No fear-based decisions. Don't make decisions based on running away from something. Make decisions based on going towards what makes you happy. So this is what I've got for you, Libra. Thank you for tuning in, and I will talk to you guys next time.